Hey, what up, guys? It's Kyle Carroll from MyMMAnews.com and Carroll's Corner MMA podcast. I'm joined here today by Orlando Ortega, who's a kickboxing fighter. But you got a lot to say. I know you want to talk about a few things today. First of all, thanks for joining me on the show, and how are you doing?
No problem. Thank you for having me. Feeling pretty good. Feeling good. Feeling great.
Awesome. Any fight news for you coming up? Anything lined up for you in the future?
Yeah. Well, I had about scheduled for Knife at the Resort World Casino for September 8th.
Mm-hmm.
It was an MMA match, but due to a small injury, nothing too serious, but my elbow's a little messed up from my last fight that I had at Triton. That I got armbarred, and I just want to make sure that I'm up to par to fight for Lou Neglia. I'm fighting for Lou Neglia on October 13th.
Okay.
In the capital in the city. So
awesome.
Make sure I'm good for that.
Yeah, that's a pretty big promotion in the city. Lou Neglia does a pretty good job. I also know so you said you got armbarred. You're trying to heal from that.
Yeah.
Tell us what it's like transitioning. I know you do jackhammer promotions. What is it like transitioning from kickboxing to MMA and back and forth?
Well, when I first started this up, which I started training actually a full year now. It's only been about a year since I jumped into a gym and got this started. The plan from the jump was for me to only do kickboxing to start off. Get the butterflies out my stomach, get my basically my fight style right. Get my stand up there and work on jits while I'm continuing my kickboxing. But I wanted to test it out, so I had a fight in Triton. I won by submission, so I decided to take another MMA fight through Triton. And I realized that rushing things can get you hurt. I'm not up to par with my jiu-jitsu, which I can say that confidently. I fought some guys who are not high ranked, but definitely higher ranked than I am, and I can roll with them, but I'm not up to par for the rolling yet. So as of now, I'm just going to continue with my kickboxing and work on my jiu-jitsu, and I'm not going to be taking any more MMA matches until I personally feel like I'm ready.
Gotcha.
But
awesome.
yeah, bouncing back and forth, it's a little hard because look at me now. I'm recovering from an injury because I wasn't fully prepared for that match. So gotta start thinking about things a little better.
Most definitely. And tell us what gym you train out of, and how you got into MMA and kickboxing.
So I train out of the Hip Hit. It's in Island Park, Long Island. My coach is Brittany Brutality on Instagram, the BXB. She is a long-term friend of mine. I was like best friends with her brother back in the day when we were in high school. I used to get in a lot of trouble. I was a little beast in the streets. You know what I mean? So it's like. I got into trouble. I ended up going away for a little bit, and when I came back home, I kind of changed everything up, and then Brittany opened up her gym, and I went to go help her out, lay some mats down, and she held pads for me that one day, and it was history from there, man. I've been going 5 days a week ever since that 1 year. 1 year later, I'm still doing the exact same thing. She got me into it. She made me fall in love with it. I fell in love with this, and now I feel like this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Awesome. And speaking about that's what you want to do the rest of your life. What do you feel as an amateur fighter to elevate yourself to make that leap to the pros? What do you have to do to continue to improve and learn as a fighter?
Just continue to learn about myself and continue to do these fights that I'm having, and as many fights as I can possibly get out there. I'm going to take as many fights as I can just so I can learn, what I need to work on. I'm gonna if I did something wrong in this bout, I'm gonna make sure that for the next 2 months for my next bout, I'm gonna be working on that, and I'm gonna make sure that I perfect that, and I'm just gonna continue to learn my flaws and find my fight style, find where I'm comfortable, and then when I feel ready, when I feel like when I have a nice little streak going and I'm just knocking dudes out like it's nothing, if I feel confident enough and my coach tells me that I'm confident enough, I feel like taking the leap to pros. It's something that is not in my near future, but kind of in my near future. I'm definitely looking forward to it, and it's not that far out. We got some pretty big names in our corner right now that want to see us win, want to see my gym win, want to see me win. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'm counting on it. So And there's a lot of people out there who say that, I'm not the type. I don't look like the type that's going to make anything out of this. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't
Mm-hmm.
seem dedicated enough. But all I can say is just sit back and watch. I promise I will make it one way or another.
Most definitely. Always a good way to prove to the haters that what you're doing is by continuing to work hard and succeed. I do know there's a few fighters that you want to fight or want to get
Yeah,
in the ring with and scrap with. Anyone in particular?
there's this like okay. So what it is there's a fighter. His name is Casey. I think it's Hughes. Casey
Oh,
Hughes.
Hughes?
Hughes, yeah, Casey Hughes. So I seen a bout that he had, and he looked solid. He looked like a really, really good fighter. He looked like he knew what he was doing out there. He's an exciting fighter. He's really fast. He's quick. It seems as if it wouldn't be an easy fight. A little bit of a challenge. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of wanted to see how I would do at 125 instead of 135. And I know he's a 125er. And I know he had a title. So I originally called him out because I won the 135 title out of Jackhammer. So I'm like, you know what? It'll be dope if I just go down and get that 125 title. And I knew he had it. So I brought it up to Bobby like, hey, look, you think we can make that happen? I think it'll be a great match. And it would, I feel like it would be a great match. And the only reason why I want to fight him is because I respect him as a fighter. I have no problem with him. I just want to prove to myself I'm not going to get better if I'm getting thrown in matches with people who, are like just
soup cans.
Exactly. Yeah, you know what I mean? So I want to challenge myself. And also, it'll be dope. 2 division, it's only amateurs. But 2 division, 2 belts, that's pretty good to have behind you. It's pretty good to have on your back. So I called him out. It was supposed to happen. He took the match, but then he pulled out saying that he wasn't going to make that weight. Okay, that went by. And then for the next, I think for Full Brawl, it was supposed to be set up. And I thought it was set in stone, but then I see a poster up of him and somebody else. And I'm just trying to figure out, what's the problem? He said he's going to take it. He said he's not. But, hey, if the guy doesn't want to fight, it's fine. I personally felt as if he just liked the fact that he had that belt and he wanted to hold on to it for a little bit. And he maybe thinks that I might be a little bit of a challenge and there's a chance that he can lose that belt. But hey, he won't get better unless he fights somebody that possibly might beat him. He has to prove to himself that he deserves that belt. I feel like maybe I deserve it. Hey, I know if I get in that ring, I'm going to bring it home. So why not make it happen? It'll be an exciting fight. I'm not used to fighting at 125, so he has the advantage. I'm cutting weight. You know what I mean? He walks around at that weight. So I just feel like it'll be a dope match. You know what I mean?
Well, most definitely, and I'm glad that you kind of brought that up because I do see a lot of fighters, and I'm not just talking about Casey Hughes. A lot of amateur fighters like to pick and choose their opponents, and when I say that, I mean they want to go the easiest route possible, and as fans, we're not getting the best matchups possible. So we're seeing a lot of first round finishes, a lot of knockouts and early finishes that they're exciting and they're fun to watch, but I'd like to see a 3-round battle more so than a head kick knockout every time. Me personally, I know and it's all across many promotions where there's guys who pick and choose and kind of want to navigate and maneuver themselves around certain opponents. So I'm kind of glad that you see guys like yourself that want to go down and fight a champion or go up and fight a champion.
100%. I want to challenge myself as much as I possibly can. There's another fighter there's a guy who I just got my belt from, Armani Hendrickson or something like that. We had a fight. I won the fight. I won by decision. I mean, I watched the video. It kind of was I feel like it was just there was no question to it. But his camp, his gym, and everybody, they're saying that they want a rematch. They're contacting other promotions saying that they want to do a rematch in MMA. They're talking a whole bunch of stuff on their Instagrams for on their gym Instagram. So that's a big thing to me. And I just kind of look at it hey, look, this is the amateurs, bro. There's no need for I don't feel a personal gain if I have a rematch with Armani Hendrickson. It's not going to help me because I already learned what I needed to learn from him. He is a solid fighter. He has a great right hand. He has great leg kicks. He was the stronger opponent, but I got the better of him that day. I was more active. I beat him. I beat him all around, and people just need to accept it. I've lost fights. Right now, I'm 3-2 in kickboxing. I lost 2 fights. Hey, take it. One of them, I thought I one of those matches, I felt like I won. I'm still gonna respect the opponent, and I'm still gonna show him respect. And hey, good job, great job. You were the better fighter today. You know what I mean? It's amateurs. You move on. This doesn't count. This is for you to learn. This is all for jokes and giggles. You know what I mean?
Like you said, it's amateur, and you can only learn from fighting as many people and the better people. You know, I always say to fighters, they're like, "Oh, who do you think I should fight? Best person possible." You know,
Exactly.
as an amateur, you're only going to learn and then improve from that. So, yeah, it's tough when you don't get fighters wanting to fight because they want to keep a belt or for whatever it may be.
Yeah, but it's gonna happen if you want to go
Mhm.
pro. You're gonna jump into a cage with a pro who's been, knocking motherfuckers out for the past 2 years. You get in a
Yep.
cage with him, and then he's gonna break your jaw because you never took a punch before. You don't know what it is to fight with the big boys. I'd rather. I can lose 10 matches in amateurs. I wouldn't give a fuck. It is what it is. Hey, listen, I'm going to learn and I'm going to move on and I'm going to win the next one. If I don't win the next one, on to the next one. It's not affecting me. When I win, okay, worked on that, next. Okay, boom. Okay, now I got to work on that, next. When I go pro, that's a different story. Then I can talk my shit. Now it's money. Now we're talking about my livelihood. Now we're talking about, trying to be seen, and now we're showing off. That's a total different story. You're trying to put on a show for your sponsors. You're trying to do all these things. But right now, you know what I'm saying? Yes, we're looking for sponsors. Like, hey, listen, let me plug this in. I'm looking for a sponsor for my next fight so I can get some more training in. Everybody wants sponsors so that they can focus on training more than work. Right now, I'm at work. I wish I was in the gym. But when I go pro, all that will come. Everything's going to come with time. And I understand that, and I'm being patient, and it's going to work out. It's in the universe. It's going to work out.
Most definitely, I agree 100%. Do you have any sponsors or anyone sponsoring your fight camps?
Well, right now I only have one sponsor. One consistent sponsor. It's Mobile Care NYC. Check them out. That's it. Mobile Care NYC. www.mobilecarenyc. Phone repairs, crack screens, batteries, things like that.
Awesome.
But they hold me down. They make sure that I'm okay. They make sure that I'm good. If anything's ever wrong with my phone, I got it for free. They help me out with my training camps. Hey, sponsors come, they support. He's a sponsor, and they are still coming out to my fights, buying tickets, and showing support that way as well. So
that's awesome.
That's a good thing. Yeah.
Most definitely, yeah. That's awesome that you're getting that support and a sponsor early, because a lot of fighters don't seek sponsors or have sponsors as an amateur, and they're struggling to find ways to pay for camp, and they just run into trouble financially because of that. So it's pretty cool that you're finding sponsors early.
I feel like it's also good to do that because you're preparing yourself for when you go pro. You got to market yourself. You got to brand yourself. It's not only about fighting. You got to be branded. You got to be. Yeah, a promotion has to be able to sell you. You know what I mean? They got to sell tickets. They want ass in those seats. So not only am I working on my fighting and my training and preparing for these fights, but I'm trying to figure out a way to brand myself on top of that. You know what I mean? I'm trying to figure out a way to market. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Orlando, I'm looking forward to seeing you get back in the ring / cage, whatever it may be. Should be interesting. I've seen you fight before. You got some pretty fast hands, exciting fights. Definitely keep us updated with when you're getting back in the cage and all. I know you said Lou Neglia's fight, you're going to get back in there. And then possibly maybe Jackhammer Promotions' next event. So looking forward to seeing you get back in there. Any last words you want to throw out there?
Just hey, like you said, I try to make every fight that I have exciting as possible. I try to leave my mark in the ring. So if you want to come out and watch a fight at any promotion that I'm at any time, is going to be exciting, and I'm going to make it exciting. Win or lose, I'm going to make it exciting. You're going to people love spinning shit, right? So you're going to see some spinning shit. You know what I mean? Like I try to make it as exciting as possible, as fast as I can. So if you ever have a chance, follow me on Instagram, _Ortega. Follow my journey and just I'll keep you updated with my next fights, and hopefully, I build some fans. See what happens.
Most definitely, ladies and gentlemen. So definitely, if you want to follow Orlando, go One Shot. Was it One Shot MMA?
One Shot. I got 2 pages. I'm trying to get my other one back because
Okay.
I got hacked. I don't know what's going on. But you can follow me right now. One Shot _ Ortega.
Okay.
Or One Shot _ MMA.
Awesome, man. We're going to put it up on the screen so people could see that as well. So, Orlando, I appreciate you taking the time to hop on, chat. Wish you the best of luck, and looking forward to seeing you get in the ring/cage sometime soon.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate this.
Thank you. Have a good one and enjoy the rest of your day.
Oos. Thank you.
Deuce.